5 powerful ways to attract abundance in your life. Number 1. Light up the world. When I think about abundance, there's no better representation of it than the sun. When was the last time you were worried there wasn't enough light for everyone? Have you ever been afraid that the sun would go out one day? Probably not. Sure, maybe billions of years from now, that might happen. But as far as human comprehension is concerned, that's not for another several eternities. Now think about that light inside you. There's so much goodness, talent, and value that you can offer the world. When you shine that light on other people around you, there's no limit to the impact you can make on their lives. And when you generously share this endless gift, you'll find that it will come back to you in ways you've yet to understand. Number 2. Unlearn your fear of scarcity. Most of us are afraid that the worst is going to happen. We're always stocking up, securing the hatches and steeling ourselves from dangers we've yet to face. In a lot of ways, we're prisoners of our own fears. It's mostly because everyone has their share of negative life experiences. It might leave someone a little jaded, change their outlook on life and make them defensive. Worse, it closes their minds to the infinite possibilities and opportunities that life has to offer. So, they usually have these kinds of thoughts in their head. How can there be any good left in the world when it's been so unfair to me? The idea of having it all is a myth. You have to settle for whatever life gives you. But the fact is that you can have your cake and eat it, too. If you raise your frequency and tap into the energy of the universe, you'll find that it can give you everything you want. When you embrace the reality that life is abundant as you want it to be, you don't have to pick and choose. Because it's all yours for the taking. Number 3. Detoxify your life. People often hold on to things in this world way longer than they should. It could be junk sitting in your attic or basement. It can also be thoughts, experiences, and memories of events that have come to pass. All of these might have served a purpose in the past. But as you evolve over time, you're not the same person you were so many years ago. Your priorities and motivations have changed, and you have different needs now. You're more focused and have a clearer sense of direction, so holding on to those things could be slowing you down. Don't let that toxic energy drag you back into past behaviors and thought patterns. It's going to get in the way of attracting abundance in your life. However, I'm not saying that you should throw away positive memories or experiences. Just let mentally go of the ones that don't help you anymore, then move forward. Number 4. Rewrite your story. Everyone has a narrative in their head, and it's often toxic. The story they have about themselves is usually littered with damaging and disempowering labels. And people don't even realize half the time that they're doing this. Like we talked about in the last point, people hold on to experiences and events for years and years. This creates a distorted truth about who they are, and they repeat it in their mind over and over. Here are some examples of what I mean. That kid from high school was right, you'll always be that awkward loser who can't get it together. That's why you're stuck in the hole you're in now. Do you know why your partner broke up with you? It's because you're insensitive and don't care about anyone else but yourself. No wonder you're alone now. Your dad always said you didn't have the guts to pursue an actual career. He knows you're not strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet, that's why he's always bailing you out. These stories and beliefs shouldn't get a vote in your life anymore. The less you feed them, the less power they'll have over you. Remember, part of letting go of that negative baggage is acknowledging it first. Once you've come to terms with that story in your head, you can begin rewriting it. That way, you can create the space in your mind for abundance to grow. Number 5. Reinforce your reality. Mindset is crucial, but so is action. You can have the most empowering thoughts in your mind, but doing something about it is the other side of that coin. More importantly, taking action will help those thoughts of prosperity grow even more. So when you start executing that vision based on your abundant thoughts, it creates a positive feedback loop that feeds on itself. This is why it's important to match every abundant thought with concrete action. This will reinforce the belief that gave birth to it in the first place. Once you've set this cycle in motion, you can keep feeding it until it creates a ripple effect in your life. And even the smallest steps will add up and multiply exponentially. Don't ignore the little things you can do every day to support your mindset of prosperity. Savor the small moments where you get to enjoy life's abundance, then channel that positive energy into action. I hope the steps in this video will help you on your journey to a life filled with abundance and joy for you and your loved ones. Thank you for watching, and click the links in the description below to get your free materials to learn more about manifesting abundance in your life. And please don't forget to like, share, leave a comment and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.